Vice President JD Vance spent the day in Iowa yesterday trying to fire up Republican voters while campaigning for Representative Zach Nunn. He also addressed the more than 100,000 farmers who live in Iowa. He tried to assure them Washington is working on easing economic pressure felt due to the war with Iran.
We also know that a lot of our farmers are struggling with high fertilizer prices. I'm aware of that. As the President of the United States has said, we got a little blip in the Middle East. We've got to take care of some business on the foreign policy side. But you know what we're doing simultaneously? We're working with the congressman, and we're finding ways every single day to make sure that you guys and the farmers of this great state get access to the products that they need. We're working on it.
CBS News national correspondent Lana Zak joins us now from Iowa City. So, Lana, what were your takeaways from the vice president's speech?
It was interesting to see how much he really focused on those economic issues, especially given that President Trump had talked about affordability as something that was made up by Democrats. That is the issue that I am hearing from people throughout the state of Iowa that matters the most to them. They are really worried about these rising fuel prices. They are worried about their financial future and especially about what's going to happen for their children. So when we heard the vice president's speech really focusing on taxes and the tax cuts that Republicans are providing, what he was trying to reassure the people of Iowa was that Republicans are still working for their economic future. That comes in the face of declining enthusiasm from Iowa voters, particularly those swing voters that had supported the Trump-Vance ticket in the last election, who feel like they are really not hearing their economic concerns being listened to from this administration.
So what did people say, Lana, when you asked them for their reaction?
Well, I wanted to play a little bit of sound from the Senate Minority Leader, Janice Weiner. She has been responsible for flipping that supermajority that the Iowa State Senate had going into this legislative season. They turned one district that had gone for President Trump in the last election by 25 points. She thinks Democrats are well poised and that Republicans here in Iowa are on the ropes. Here's what she had to say.
My take is that they are very worried about Iowa this cycle, with good reason.
What are those reasons?
I have literally, in all the years I've been knocking doors, I have never heard such anger at the doors. They are angry about what's going on in Washington, and they're also just worried about their kids' public schools, and they are really worried about gas prices now. I don't think that national politicians are paying attention here. You can't just slap on tariffs willy-nilly, destroy the markets for our soybean farmers, and expect everything to go great. You can't raise the price of fertilizer at planting season and expect things to go great. You just can't ignore the people who are in the heart of this country. We are not just flyover country.
So farmers, we have been talking about this throughout the last year, guys. They have been really hard hit by this administration's policies, both from what we saw with the trade wars, but also from the rising cost of fertilizer and diesel. And so it is notable also that the vice president was in a manufacturing plant because Iowa itself has lost nearly 4,000 manufacturing jobs since the start of this administration.
All right, Lana, thank you very much. Appreciate you.